How did a news article make you realize you were the missing child? I was scrolling through my phone during lunch break when the headline grabbed me. 10 years later, family still searches for missing daughter. The photo beneath it made my sandwich fall from my hands. A little girl with dark curls and a crescent-shaped scar above her left eyebrow stared back at me. My exact face. My exact scar from falling off my bike when I was 7, or so my parents had always told me. The article described how 6-year-old Lily Martinez vanished from St. Catherine's Children's Hospital on March 15, 2014. She'd been recovering from appendix surgery when she disappeared from her room during a shift change. Security footage showed a woman in scrubs wheeling Lily toward the service elevator, but the cameras malfunctioned before capturing her face. I touched the scar above my eyebrow with trembling fingers. My parents, David and Carol Thompson, had told me I was adopted as a baby from overseas. They said my birth parents died in an accident and I had no other family. But here was a photo of me at 6 years old, long after I supposedly arrived as an infant. The article mentioned Lily's distinctive birthmark on her right shoulder, 3 small brown spots forming a triangle. I pulled up my sleeve in the empty break room, staring at the identical marks I'd carried my entire life. My adoptive mother always said it looked like a constellation, something that made me special. My hands shook as I called St. Catherine's Hospital. The receptionist transferred me to patient services, where a woman named Jennifer answered with professional warmth. I asked about visiting hours, claiming I needed to see a friend. She gave me the information, but when I mentioned the name Lily Martinez, her voice changed completely. "I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?" Jennifer asked, suddenly alert. I hung up immediately, my heart hammering against my ribs. Something in her tone suggested recognition, like my voice matched something she'd been expecting to hear for years. I grabbed my keys and left work early. The drive to St. Catherine's took 40 minutes through afternoon traffic, giving me too much time to think. Every memory of my childhood felt suspect now. The way my parents never talked about my early years, how we moved frequently when I was young, why I had no baby photos or documentation from before age 8. St. Catherine's was a sprawling complex of brick buildings connected by covered walkways. I parked near the main entrance and walked through sliding glass doors into a lobby that smelled like disinfectant and artificial flowers. The information desk was staffed by an elderly volunteer who smiled pleasantly when I asked for directions to the pediatric ward. "Third floor, take the elevators past the gift shop," she said, then paused. "Are you visiting someone specific, dear?" Something in her expression shifted as she studied my face, the same recognition I'd heard in Jennifer's voice over the phone. I mumbled something about a friend and hurried toward the elevators. The pediatric ward was decorated with colorful murals and cartoon characters, but the cheerful facade couldn't mask the institutional feeling that made my skin crawl. Nurses in scrubs moved purposefully between rooms, their soft-soled shoes squeaking against polished floors. Room 314 was marked with a small plaque reading Pediatric Recovery. I stood outside the closed door, remembering fragments that felt like dreams, being wheeled down a long hallway, bright lights overhead, someone in blue scrubs saying, "It's time to go home, sweetheart," but home had been somewhere else entirely. "Excuse me, can I help you?" A nurse with kind eyes and graying hair approached from behind. Her name tag read, Margaret Chen, charge nurse. When she saw my face clearly, she stopped walking abruptly. Her clipboard slipped from her hands, clattering against the floor. "Oh my God," she whispered, staring at me like she'd seen a ghost. "Lily, is it really you?" And what happened next changed everything. To see the full story, click the link below or go on my channel.